parents are wondering if the winter break will be extended. Some might see these numbers and think maybe they need to pull their kids out of school. So just wondering when that decision will be made and where would case numbers need to be essentially to keep schools open?
Yeah, so as we have seen all along, schools are a safe place. We are not seeing lots of transmission. We've seen lots of exposure events, and that reflects what's happening in our community. So we are not at the point where we would consider closing schools, and we know that we have to do our best in the community so we can protect the essential work that's going on in schools, how important it is for children. And I just have to say that I so admire our teachers and educators and the work that they've been doing to make sure that children have that learning experience that is so critical for them at this point in their lives. And we need to celebrate and support the work they're doing. And part of these orders is to make sure that we can continue to do that. In terms of over the holidays, those discussions are ongoing. It is not only about the schools, it's about our community. It's about a number of different issues, and there are many people that need to be involved in those discussions. And when we have come up with our decision about that, we'll let you know.
Colton Davies, Radio NL.
Hi, Dr. Henry. For out-of-province residents working in BC on major projects like the Trans Mountain Pipeline, for example, who might go home to Alberta or from Kamloops to the Lower Mainland, for example, to see families on their days off, I'm assuming, would that be deemed essential travel, yes or no? And how much of a concern has this been for you and health officials about the potential spread from those situations, especially when you consider the cases reported at LNG Canada today?
Yeah, so yes, it is essential travel. Work travel is essential travel. This has been, industrial camps have been a huge concern of ours from the very beginning. You will recall that we actually have an order around COVID safety plan in industrial plants. And other settings like the silviculture in the summer, where we had thousands of people coming to plant trees over the summer period. And those safety plans have been really good. They have worked. We've had very few cases. Those cases have been isolated. For people, it's been a challenge, I know, for people working in those environments because they cannot have those social interactions that they would normally have had in those work environments. And they have barriers in place when people come in. There's testing in place as needed. There's isolation and monitoring of contacts. And we've had less than half a dozen individual cases of people being coming into having exposure events, so people coming in and testing positive for COVID. So this is our first outbreak. It was caught and it's being managed. We know there's about 30 or 40 people who are in isolation and being monitored. We don't believe that there's been exposures in the community, and I know Northern Health is working really carefully with them on managing this outbreak. It is a reflection of the risk that we run across the province, across the country, when rates are high all over the place. So far the safety plans have been have been something that we have been focused on and are important and have been working, and celebrating the things that we planted 3 million trees this summer, trees that would have been lost if we had not had those plans in place and being able to get people up into some of the more remote areas to do the planting.
Colton, do you have a follow-up?
Yes, and thanks for that answer. Just a quick question for clarity, because with obviously this is an extension for the restrictions already in place for the Lower Mainland, but it's new for places like Interior Health. Just curious, is this immediate from when you spoke about this about an hour ago, or would it be 10 p.m. tonight?
We're saying midnight tonight, and then we'll catch it up, and all of these will apply until at least December 7th. And we will be monitoring, and we'll be talking, of course, over that period of time and watching how things are going and adjusting if we need to.